The man walked into the store with a lottery ticket in hand, hoping to redeem it. But the store manager immediately accused him of altering the numbers. Miles was about to explain, but the manager told him to get out. Unable to tolerate it any longer, Miles pulled out a gun, pressed it against the lottery ticket, and started shouting in rage. Just then, a calm man stepped forward and said he was willing to buy the ticket for $200. Miles, surprised, took Jack aside for a private conversation. Jack initially thought he wanted more money, but to his surprise, Miles asked him what he was missing. Jack burst into laughter, thinking it was a joke, and proudly said he was a billionaire known across Wall Street and lacked nothing. But Miles just smiled and shook his head. Then he told Jack not to regret the choice he had made, turned around, and walked away. Jack stood there, full of confusion, but didn't take the words to heart. What Jack didn't expect was that the next morning, he would wake up in a strange bed. Lying beside him was his girlfriend from 13 years ago. Before he could react, two kids jumped onto the bed, playing and shouting. Startled, Jack jumped up, threw on his clothes, and fled the house in panic. He returned to his original apartment, but the security guard stopped him. Even his former neighbors looked at him like he was a stranger. But Jack thought they were just playing a Christmas prank. He tried to go inside again, but was blocked once more by the guard. Everything strange that had happened so far finally broke Jack down. He kept stepping back, cursing in frustration, still unwilling to give up. He drove to his company, but once again, the security guard stopped him, and shockingly, the general manager's office that once bore his name now had the name of his former subordinate. Jack walked out of the office building, dazed and lost. Suddenly, a luxury car pulled up in front of him. Looking closely, he saw that it was Miles inside. Miles told Jack that this was a parallel world. Here, he could find what he was truly missing, but whether he could return or not depended entirely on himself. At that moment, Jack seemed to understand something. He remembered how, right after graduating college, he had coldly abandoned his girlfriend Jenny for the sake of his career. That one decision had kept them apart for 13 years, and now, they had met again in such an unexpected way. Perhaps out of guilt, he found himself wandering back to the house. At that time, Jenny was frantic. She had been looking for him all day. Jack looked at this woman who felt both familiar and distant, and suddenly felt a strong urge to stay. But soon after, he pushed that thought away.